I also just realized that I haven't talked about this on the YouTube channel yet, only on the Discord server. So this is a 3D printed model of the Fusion 40, the Fusion pistol from Marathon 2 and Infinity. It's been made by, I don't remember the creator's name. It will be in the description of this video, along with links to the files. It was made for a 3D Marathon mod that was being worked on for a short time, and it seems like was abandoned, unfortunately. But the models still exist, so what I did is I took his models, his or hers models, I'm not sure. Took their models and made them 3D printable. So I sliced calling this the forend or the foregrip of the pistol. It's not really, but the forend of the pistol off. Split the grip assembly in two parts so that you can put the trigger in there. On this really small scale model, if it'll focus, the trigger's just hot glued in place, it won't come out. That little bump there is the LED. That's what I'm trying to get to light up here. I'm going to put this at the front of the video, so you'll get to see what that's supposed to be doing later. And then I deepened the hole so you can actually fit the cell, the magazine as it were, into the doodad, if it will go. But for whatever reason on this little test model, oh my goodness, it's hard to do this with two hands. For whatever reason on this test model, it won't go in all the way. It only goes in halfway, even though it's supposed to go all the way through. So, but whatever. This was just a prototype to see if this would even work. So I glued it together, I assembled it, and all that jazz. Good. I want to put a 9-volt in here, and then when you put that into here, it will power the system. So when you pull the trigger, that light will light up, and when you release the trigger, that light will turn off, and there will be a flash of light from here to simulate the laser. Pew, pew, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. This is my circuit layout. It's not working. So you'll get to see me from about 4 hours ago, and then me from about 20 minutes ago, talking about what I'm trying to do here. I tried looking at example circuits and some circuit building apps and tools and some example like training websites and programs, and I have no clue what's going on. So yeah, I need your help, please. If you know more or know, you know, I mean, if you want to just tell me how to do what I'm trying to do, great. I would prefer if you have a good resource or somewhere I can learn about the components here, or like you can walk me through it, because I want to learn. I don't want to just be told what to do. I would like to figure it out so I can keep doing this kind of thing. But yeah, if I can get this working, I will upscale that, get all these condensed onto a little circuit board. I've got a bunch of blanks here, so I'm going to test some stuff. I'm going to put it on the board and then figure out getting it to fit in here and doing all that. But I can't finish the model until I know how big the circuit board needs to be, because I need to make sure there's a cavity big enough for it, for all the bits and pieces and the wiring paths and all that jazz. I can't even figure out how to get the battery to tie to this to connect correctly until I know how this is going to go. So this is the holdup on me finishing the 3D model, the 3D print conversion. Because again, the modeling's already been done. The modeling is fantastic. I just want to be able to print it and hold it and use it. If I can get this working, I'll upload this to Cults or something so that everybody can access it. Of course, you know, all of the model, all the design credit goes to the original creator. Again, name is escaping me right now, but it will be in the description. And I'll make sure to remember what it is. They did all the heavy lifting. I'm doing a little bit of lifting, very, very light lifting, just playing with that and getting it printable so we can use it, and hopefully putting some lights in it. So yeah, help. All right. I am currently ill, but doing some stuff in the background. I have that 3D printing project I've been working on, and after doing a lot of reading and using a bunch of different tools, this is the circuit I have designed again, with a lot of help from tools and Googling and forum posts and things. And I don't understand what all is happening here either fully, so I want to learn more, but I just realized that I'm filming this in portrait, so I should keep it portrait. But basically, the fusion pistol has a red LED while the trigger's held, and then when you release it, you know, pew, the laser gun shoots. So I've got two white LEDs here. Oop. Pretty big white LEDs here. I haven't actually tested this circuit yet. You guys get to see firsthand if it blows up. But basically, got my hot bus bar and my cold bar, and then I have it looped over here for easier access. Easier access. In theory, pressing the button should cause this to light up, and then when you release it, there should be a slight pause, and then these will go off. I just realized I only put one capacitor in here. I thought I was supposed to have two, based on the schematic. Whatever. So we're gonna hook up our battery and see what happens. Whoa, that's okay. That's obviously wrong. So in theory, I push this button, and then pew. Okay, so the cool thing is, it's kind of working. Oop. The problem is, I don't want those to come on. I don't want them to be on all the time. Task failed successfully, I guess. Okay, cool. Ooh, focus is just going. Okay, no more battery. You get battery privileges revoked. Make sure you're not touching. So, well, back to the drawing board, I guess. Alright, so as you can tell by the fact the music has changed, I'm listening to a record, so... and the lighting change, it is several hours later. What I've managed to get working so far is if I press and release, the red light lights up, and the white light stays on for a bit and then turns itself back off, which is not ideal. And if I press and hold the button, both lights are on, which is also not what I wanted. What I was trying to get was this is on while the button is pressed, and these only come on once the button's released. That's not happening. I've consulted a lot of forums and example circuits, and I'm not getting anywhere with this. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. Again, I'll walk through my parts. Let me turn the music down real quick. Okay, I don't have a non-conductive pointing tool within reach right now, and I'm too lazy to grab a pencil. So power is disconnected. You can see the battery lead is off. So button is wired to ground. Other side of button is wired to a feed, 330 ohm resistor to the LED, which is getting always on power. So once the button's pressed, the circuit's completed and this lights up. That's all fine and good. In theory, when the button's pressed, voltage will drop. Sorry, I should rewind a bit. This is a 10K resistor that's always getting power, so it's always hot on this side of the button. This capacitor, this is a 0.1 UF. I know I need to go lower with it. I don't have any lower with me right now. I know that could be a problem. That's feeding the trigger pin of this IC. So when I press the button, voltage is going to drop over here as it starts to redirect to ground. That triggers the IC, which is good. But it triggers it at the same time that this button's lit up. And what I'm trying to do is only have these light when the button's released, which is not doing. I also need to get a ceramic capacitor for this guy, which I don't have yet. I'm using a standard, or not a standard, but I'm using a electrolytic capacitor of the correct value, but it's not working. We've got pin 8 always hot, got pin 4 always hot, pin 1 is grounded, pin 7 and 6 are hot via this 10K resistor with a 47 UF capacitor for, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I've been looking at some example circuits that do similar things, and just trying to do a lot of reading on how these little chips work, and I still don't understand it completely. So again, I want to be educated. I know I'm doing it wrong. Teach me. When the chip decides to activate via pin 3 here, this guy, it'll jump to these 2 resistors, which lights these lights, and I've got their ground over here. From the chip down, everything's working great. Like if I connect power again, right, and I press the button and release, they stay lit. So button released. That's what I want. That's good. These are staying on after release. But I don't want them to start until I release the button. And I can't figure that out for the life of me. I've never done something like this before. I mean, I've wired up LEDs before, but that's really simple. You put the resistor, you put the light, and bada bing, bada boom, you hook up a battery and a button or a switch and forget about it. Getting it to timing, and I don't know what I'm doing. But if you can help me figure that out, that would be awesome. So, I'm feeling better, which is good, but still sick brain, so that might be part of it. But all the reading in the world is not helping me because I still don't understand the fundamentals yet. So if somebody has a good resource or a better idea of how to do this, please tell me. I am not Bringus Studios. I am not James Channel. This is my first ever breadboard. I still have the kit with all of the doodads. I've never done this before. Please help me.